Ricci, everybody. Christina Ricci. Wow.
Yeah. It's a lot of drama.
What? No, listen. First of all, let me just say how absolutely spectacular you look. I mean, really.
Thank you.
Wow. You don't look axe-murdery at all.
No, that's a totally different look I'm going for.
Yeah, I
tonight.
mean, this is very elegant, sort of lovely.
It'd be hard to kill someone in these shoes.
But not impossible.
But not, yes.
Yeah. Do you think she did it, Lizzie Borden?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought she got off with it.
She did get off, but not because she was innocent.
Does that ever happen?
Not anymore. Well, yes. Oh, my God. Why did I just say that? Made me sound like an idiot.
No. I sound like an idiot all the time. Thanks, audience. No, Greg, you don't. Yeah, you kind of do. No, well, how did she get away with it then?
Well, it was the Victorian age, so...
Well, they don't just let you away with things because it was like, well, it's a sort of a time of Victorians,
Yeah,
but
no, but
off you
were
go.
a girl. They didn't think girls were capable of anything, let alone murder.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Is that the card she played?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I know nothing about this other than Lizzie Borden took an axe and something,
Yeah, she
chopped
killed
people
both
up.
her parents, and then she basically just played the innocent victim and sweet young girl, and she got away with it.
Wow. And then how do people know that she actually did it then?
Well, because it's impossible for anyone else to have done it. There was
Right,
no one
well,
else
yeah,
around.
yeah.
She was the only person in the house. So
Well,
none
that's
of
going
it-
to make you look a bit guilty then, isn't it?
completely guilty. But they would rather believe that, like, some miscreant wandered into the house and killed...
Miscreants, eh?
Yeah, I hate them.
They're awful. There's miscreants where I live. In my
believe
house. My children are miscreants. I wonder if they'll kill me with an axe.
If you're lucky.
Wouldn't it be ironic if later in life I was killed by one of my children with an axe? I mean, it would be also awful.
Yeah.
But a little clip here would get played over and over again.
Yeah. It'd be good for me, so...
What you're saying is you want me dead?
Only if it benefits me in some way.
Well, I think that's a perfectly fine Hollywood answer. Are you a fan of the detective genre? Do you?
Yeah, I'm pretty obsessed with true crime. I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a crime. Well, my next guest is a Scottish crime writer, you know.
I know.
Yeah, he writes the John Rebus. No, John Rebus is kind of like a contemporary Sherlock Holmes in Edinburgh. Very good. Terrible drunk. Not the writer. Well,
Right.
maybe the writer. I don't know. Yes, the writer. Yeah. But there you are. Well, that's good. So what else is going on then? Been on vacation?
Yeah, I went away at Christmas. I got married in October.
Congratulations! That's fantastic. Did you have a big wedding?
It wasn't huge. It was medium.
Did you get married underwater in scuba diving equipment?
Yes. Actually, how did you know?
It's a thing. Everybody's doing it now.
We got married in New York. Kind of normal. Very
That's
normal.
nice.
At night.
At night?
Yes, Darren.
Are you goths?
Yes.
So you got married, did you go on honeymoon anywhere?
Yes, we did. We went to the Maldives.
The Maldives. That is scuba diving.
Yeah, but we didn't go scuba diving.
Well, that seems fair enough. Been anywhere else apart from the Maldives?
No, not recently. No.
Canada?
Oh yeah, we shot this in Canada. Yeah.
How did I
Sorry,
even
I'm
know-
sorry.
No, I'm amazed. I
Oh.
just said Canada because sometime unspecified some time ago, I was worried about perhaps not being able to get to Canada to perform stand-up comedy. Which part of Canada did you visit?
Nova Scotia. That's where we shot Lizzie Borden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cold there.
It was actually hot when we were there. It happened to be, it was June.
Thanks a lot, Al Gore.
It was June, July, and it was crazy humidity and really hot, and it's period, this movie, so we were wearing layers of wool. It was a lot.
Do you wear like in Sean Connery when he was doing Name of the Rose, underneath his robe he had his golf outfit on? Do you wear golf outfits underneath your period costume?
Strangely enough, I
No,
don't.
but did you wear period underwear and
Yes,
all that? Like you
the
went
whole thing.
completely.
You kind of have to.
Well, that's a fair. Well, fuck me. That's a fair question. Oh, period underwear.
I just got it too.
I didn't even think of that. Oh, shut up. I think you're so funny.
Yeah.
They are
Those
just,
ladies
that's
really
the
think it's
Australians
funny.
right there, right there. No, I mean, did you wear
Yeah.
underwear from that time?
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Bloomers and such?
Pantaloons, yes.
Pantaloons and bloomers must be,
Bloomers, the whole thing.
yeah?
Yeah.
Did any of it rub off? I mean, you know, did you ever think, I'm actually going to take some of these home and
No.
wear them around?
No.
You don't like Victorian clothing?
No, I don't, no. Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to take a break.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have some stern words for you about Victorian clothing and sharks. We'll be right back with Christina Ricci. Yeah, no, it's not the way to do it. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Christina Ricci. She was talking to me about, she's changed her mind about sharks and Victorian underwear and now has a doll line where she dresses up sharks in Victorian underwear. Would you ever do that?
No.
All right, then. What about a fragrance? A lot of actresses do that.
I don't know. I would never be able to take it. I would name it something ridiculous.
What were you going to say there?
Nothing.
All right.
So,
Yeah. Well, what would you name it then? Like
don't know.
bacon?
probably.
A lot of people want to smell like bacon. Or, what's your favorite smell of all the smells?
I don't know.
Your husband?
I really like the smell of tobacco.
Really? You're a very controversial creature. Do you smoke?
No,
I see.
not anymore.
Oh, me neither. When did you give up?
Less than a year ago.
Yeah, I gave up like 15, 16 years ago. Still want one.
Yeah, every day.
Every day. Like if smoking didn't kill you, I'd be on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does.
Yeah.
You know, like when you give up drinking, it's awesome. You know, you lose weight. People are like, whoa, look at you not waking up in the dumpster. It's awesome. But...
I know the only upside to not smoking is not dying prematurely.
Right, but you, I mean, you put on
Maybe.
weight, you get angry,
Yeah.
you're cranky with people, your smoking friends are like...
I know, and everyone told me that I would look so much better. Nothing changed.
You do look great, though.
Oh, thanks.
You do look very, very attractive. But you always did.
Even with the smoking. Yeah.
Nothing like a... nothing like a shark-hating young woman with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth in Victorian underwear. What you guys want? Keep your fat sharks away from here, all right?
Yeah, you just had the trash mouth and everything's perfect.
Oh, come on. Do you have a potty mouth? Do you swear?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
No.
I used to a little bit, but I gave it up. Well, we're out of time. Awkward
Okay.
pause? You want an awkward pause?
Yeah.
Sure. Christina Ricci, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. My next guest is an Edgar Award-winning writer. His latest book, Saints of the Shadow Bible, is in stores now. Please welcome the great, talented, some would say Scottish, Ian Rankin, everybody. Ian Rankin. Welcome, Ian, welcome. It is great to finally have you here. Look, I am on page about 300 and something of this book, so I would rather not talk about it.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens, right?
I've kind of forgotten by now. It's
Really? Do you actually forget?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I've written a lot of books, and the readers know them much better than I do.
I was going to ask you about that, because you create a character in a world like John Rebus, who's kind of like, he's the Sherlock Holmes of contemporary Edinburgh, right? He places a detective in a time, in a town, and it's, I mean, really a very interesting, dark, twisted world of lots of different people. You forget, and people think they own it, right?
Well, they do. I mean, Rebus becomes real to them.
Right.
Much more so than I am. I mean, they worry about him much more than they worry about me. You know.
I never used to worry about you, but I'm beginning to worry about you a little bit now.
You should. I've got a bad back, actually.
Really? I had a sinus infection a while ago.
I heard about that.
Oh!
You know what I did? You know what I did last night? I flew into LA, got into my hotel room, was leaning over the bed to unpack, and I sneezed. and my back went.
Yeah. Welcome to the aging process. Shut your face!
Speaking of aging...
Yes?
You know, you've got TARDIS there, the police box?
Yeah, yeah.
You know the guy who's playing him now?
Yes, the new Doctor, Peter Capaldi. He was the singer in the Dream Boys, the band I was in.
Have you seen this?
I have not.
This is a book of photographs of Scottish bands through the ages.
Oh, my God.
And there's a picture there of a young drummer.
Right, it's me right
A young
there.
drummer, yeah.
Right in the background.
And there's Capaldi.
That's
with a
the new
paisley.
Doctor Who.
And the drummer there, that's you.
Yeah. Look, here's... See, by the way, don't go like that when you're pointing at me.
Why?
But it's America. They don't like when you do stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. I've noticed that you're always very careful on your show never to upset people. It's one of the things I like about you.
I'm renowned for it.
Yeah. But look at Capaldi, there's a young man.
I know. He's the new Doctor Who. Do you follow Doctor Who at all?
Ish.
Yeah, I started...
It's a kid's show, right?
Yes,
really at heart.
Yes, it is, but it's very popular.
I know. And I will watch Capaldi in just about anything.
Do you know Peter?
I've met him a couple of times.
Yeah, yeah.
And I met him just before he was announced as a new Doctor Who. And I said to him, what are you up to? And he said, no, not much. And he knew.
Oh, yeah, but he was couldn't tell you. Maybe you'd put it in a book.
Well, yeah, quite.
I know who the new Doctor Who is. Wait, how many Rebus books is this now?
I think that's number 19 or 20.
And Rebus is a functioning alcoholic, fair to say that?
Yeah, pretty much.
I could never function as an alcoholic, but I do remember guys like that, sometimes even policemen, who could... who could drink and still get through the day.
Well, I mean, the bar that he drinks in, which is a real bar in Edinburgh, the Oxford Bar, when I started drinking in there as a student, was full of cops. Lunchtime, evenings, and last thing at night, the Black Mariah, the kind of big van would turn up with police on the side and operate as a taxi to get them all
Take
home.
all the drunk cops home?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened to me by accident.
That's right. It wasn't... You thought it was a dumpster.
They thought I was a drunk cop. Then I was just left there at the end.
But you know, you were talking about the Loch Ness Monster earlier.
Yes.
And, I was up Loch Ness a couple of weeks ago. It is an incredible place.
Very dark.
I mean, but the way the kind of water is very choppy, and you often think you've seen something.
Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
No, of course not. Of course not. But I believe in people's right to believe in the Loch Ness Monster. I mean, you know, I make a living making stuff up and making people believe that stuff could actually happen. So
right.
Of course I like things. Lizzie Borden is terrific because there's no... It's an ongoing mystery. You know, you can have a theory that's...
Not according to Christina Ricci, who is convinced that she did it.
Well, yeah, I know, which kind of spoils the film a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. By the way, don't talk to me about the end of this book.
No,
all right. Now, you and I have a mutual friend in Lawrence Block, Larry Block, the crime writer out of New York. He's a really good crime writer too.
Yeah, he was...
Do you ever call each other for, like...
He was in Edinburgh, well, maybe 6 months ago, and we met up. The first time I remember really meeting him was I was living in southwest France in an old derelict farmhouse, and we'd been writing letters to each other. Remember those days?
Yesterday, yeah.
Remember those days, writing letters to each other, and he said, "I'm coming to Paris." And I said, "Okay, I'll come up to Paris." And we didn't have much money. I said to my wife, "Is it okay if I use some of our money to go to Paris, hotel for the night, go out for dinner with Larry?" Of course, at that time, I didn't realize that he was an alcoholic, so he wouldn't be drinking.
Yeah.
And he's also a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So I was in Paris.
Yeah.
With a guy who couldn't drink and couldn't eat meat.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't
I have
the
to be
best
honest,
night.
he is my friend, but he's not fun at all.
No, it wasn't. And if you're watching, Larry...
No, he writes a very twisted characters, much like yourself. And I'm interested in this new character that you're writing, who's the kind of the opposite of Rebus, the kind of Fox character, who is like the anti-Rebus, the kind of sober, meticulous, company man.
Yeah, it's internal affairs, and having retired Rebus a few years ago, I still wanted to write about cops, and I talked to someone who was in internal affairs, and I thought, what a really interesting setup, because everybody hates them.
Right, yeah, cops
hate them, villains hate them because they're cops. They operate almost like spies. They have a surveillance operation going on. They can sit for months, years, putting together a case against a bent cop. And they've got to work really closely as a team. And I thought, these are the guys who would be investigating Rebus. So if I write about these guys, nobody can think I'm writing about Rebus with a different name. So it was just a way of doing a very different kind of policeman. And then I found a way to bring the two of them
Bring the two of them in, because the world kind of expands into itself.
Yeah.
And this one takes place in the background of the struggle or the debate or the argument or the whatever's going on with Scottish independence.
Yeah.
Which is, like, when I was over there at Christmas, nobody talks about anything else.
I know.
It's like, oh, God, really?
I see you managed to escape that by taking American citizenship, right?
Well, the way I feel about it a little bit, I mean, I became an American citizen anyway, but also I feel like I live here, so it's not really it's not my fight. So, of course I have an opinion on it, but I haven't made that public. Do you have a public opinion on it?
No, I mean, the thing I always say is Rebus would vote no, his sidekick Siobhan would vote yes, and I'm right in the middle. I'm still to be persuaded.
Right. I think there's a...
So I escape it by talking about fictional characters and how they would relate to it.
And I escape it by being evasive and being partially fictional myself.
Yes.
When I go back to Scotland, I get a very hard time about having changed my accent. Is my accent very different?
No.
Could be a sinus infection, remember?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually amazed that the audience are getting any of your jokes.
They're not.
I mean, you still sound you sound very
reasonably Scottish, I think. Yeah, but there's a lot of, did you come home to visit your accent? Yeah, bastard. And that's just my family.
But that's how Scots say that they like each other.
It kind of is,
I remember taking a friend of mine into the Oxford bar one night, and these two old guys were swearing at each other non-stop. And his friend, who was English, said, why are they swearing at each other? I said, because they like each other.
Yeah.
And one of them then turned to us, and my friend, the English guy, let out a stream of abuse to the guy, and then I thought there was going to be a fight. Because you're only allowed to swear at each other if you know each other really well.
That's right, yeah.
If a stranger tries it, the cap comes off, the jacket comes off, fisticuffs.
Oh, it's bad. Well, there you are then. We're out of time.
Oh, no. I've come all this way and we're out of time.
But the thing is, now this book, the sales are going to skyrocket. Over 10 more will sell.
And this book.
Yeah, that book is very interesting to me. A book of photographs of people that many of whom I may have slept with.
If only you could remember.
Yeah. Oh, I remember some of them. And they remember me. Were you ever in the punk rock business? Were you ever in that game?
I was a vocalist in a punk rock band called the Dancing Pigs. The Dancing Pigs were the second best punk band in Fife.
The Skids? The Dancing Pigs,
yeah. That's what they were. But in one of the Rebus novels, Black and Blue, I did a huge kind of U2 type band to be doing a Greenpeace gig.
Yeah, that's right.
And I made it the Dancing
Pigs. That's right.
So that in the fictional universe, they became huge. In the real world, they lasted 6 months and then broke up acrimoniously.
That's a proper punk rock band right there.
That's a proper punk rock band right there.
Yeah.
And the guitarist got in touch recently and said to me that he had recordings of us. So I'm now negotiating to have those destroyed.
Yeah. Because you're singing on them.
Yes. Yeah, well, not singing, vocalist.
Well, it wasn't any of that punk poetry or anything, was it?
There was a wee bit of poetry.
Oh, man. Never do poetry. It'll come back and haunt you.
I know.
Yeah.
But when I was
but
when I was a teenager, I thought this was a way to get girls.
It was.
The way to get girls was to be a poet. Didn't work out that way for me.
You should have been a drummer. Apparently.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, we're out of time. Well, welcome to America. Congratulations on the continuing success of John Rebus, the most dysfunctional detective in the Edinburgh force. It's all changing now, though, Edinburgh and Scotland and the police force. It's all Scotland Police now.
It's all changed.
Yes.
Come back next year and find out what happens.
I might.
Post-independence.
Well, we'll see. I'll come back wearing a Stetson and chewing gum.
And we will need your dollars.
In Rankin, everybody. We'll be right back.